YouTube script, 1 Dirham 1995 to 2007 United Arab Emirates coin value. If you have a 1 Dirham coin from the United Arab Emirates dated between 1995 and 2007, do not spend it just yet because this small coin could be much more interesting than it looks. In today's video we are taking a close look at the UAE 1 Dirham coin issued from 1995 to 2007, and we will talk about its design history, collector demand, real market value, and the key details that can help you understand whether your coin is common or worth a premium. The 1 Dirham coin of the United Arab Emirates is one of the most recognizable coins from the Gulf region. It is a coin that many people have seen in circulation, and because of that most owners assume it has only face value. But coin collecting is not always that simple. A coin that seems ordinary can become desirable if it has the right date, the right condition, the right strike quality, or an unusual feature that collectors want. So the big question is this. Is your 1995 to 2007 UAE 1 Dirham coin worth just 1 Dirham, or could it be worth much more to the right buyer? Let's break it down step by step. First, let's identify the coin properly. The coin we are discussing today is the small type non-magnetic 1 Dirham coin of the United Arab Emirates issued between 1995 and 2007. This coin belongs to the modern Dirham series, and it is a standard circulation coin, meaning it was made for everyday use rather than as a commemorative collector piece. According to major catalog references, this coin was struck in copper nickel with a weight of about 6.4 grams and a diameter of about 23.8 to 24 millimeters with a reeded edge. The listed years in this type include 1995, 1998, 2005 and 2007. Now let's talk about the design, because the design of this coin is one of the reasons it stands out. On one side of the coin you will see the denomination in Arabic along with the name of the country United Arab Emirates written around it. On the other side you will find one of the most famous symbols used on UAE coinage, a traditional Arabic coffee pot known as a dalla. This is a beautiful cultural design because the dalla represents hospitality, tradition and heritage in the Arab world. It is not just a coin image. It is a symbol of identity and history. That is one of the reasons collectors enjoy coins like this. They carry a story beyond their face value. Another detail that makes this coin interesting is the dual date style. UAE coins often show dates using the Islamic Hijri calendar along with the Gregorian year. For example, a 1995 coin may also display the Hijri equivalent, and the same is true for the other years in this series. For collectors who are new to world coins, this can be confusing at first because they may not recognize the Arabic numerals or the Islamic date system. But once you understand it, the coin becomes even more fascinating because it connects modern currency with cultural and religious tradition. Now let's move to the part everyone wants to know about the value. If you search online you may find dramatic titles claiming this coin is worth $85 or even more. But the truth is that most standard 1 Dirham coins from 1995 to 2007 are common circulation pieces, and in ordinary circulated condition they usually sell for a small amount rather than a large fortune. Recent catalog style valuations and collector marketplace references generally place typical circulated examples from this type in the range of just a few cents to around $1, with some uncirculated pieces reaching a bit more depending on the exact year and condition. So does that mean the coin is never worth $85? Not necessarily. It means you need the right kind of coin to reach a premium. A normal circulated piece from pocket change is usually not an $85 coin. But a coin in exceptional uncirculated condition, a rare presentation quality example, an unusual error coin, or a piece sold in the right collector market could bring a stronger price. That is the difference between a face value coin and a collectible coin. The date alone is not enough. Condition, rarity and demand matter. Let's talk about condition because this is one of the biggest factors in coin value. If your coin has been heavily circulated, it may show scratches, dull surfaces, weak details, edge wear and small dents. In that condition, collectors usually treat it as a common example and the value stays low. But if your coin still has sharp design details, clean surfaces, strong luster and very little wear, then it becomes more appealing. A coin that looks fresh from the mint is always more attractive than one that has spent years in circulation. Professional coin grading terms can help you estimate where your coin stands. A heavily worn coin may fall into grades like good, very good, or fine. A better preserved piece may be very fine or extremely fine. A coin with almost no wear may be about uncirculated. And a coin with no circulation wear and original mint appearance may be considered uncirculated or mint state. As the grade rises, the price can rise with it, especially if the coin is already difficult to find in top quality. For the 1995 to 2007 UAE 1 dirham type, most public value references still keep even nicer examples fairly modest unless the coin is in top grade or has something unusual about it. Some guides show circulated examples around a few cents to under $1, while selected uncirculated pieces may reach around $1 or slightly more depending on the date. That means if someone is claiming $85 for one of these coins, the collector needs to ask a very important question. What makes that specific coin different from the millions of ordinary examples? And that leads us to the next big topic. What should you check if you want to know whether your coin has premium value? There are several things you should inspect carefully. Number 1 is the date. The type spans multiple years and not every year has the same collector demand. A date with lower availability in top grade may attract more attention than a more common date. While standard references show the type as generally affordable, collectors still compare dates individually, and sometimes a specific year in a specific grade can perform better than others. Number 2 is the strike quality. Look at the lettering, the coffee pot design, and the rim. Are the details sharp and well centered, or do they look weak and flat? A strong strike with crisp details is always more desirable. Number 3 is surface quality. Search for unusual marks, doubling off center strikes, clipped planchets, broad strikes, or other minting errors. True mint errors can sometimes turn an otherwise common coin into something much more valuable. But the key word here is true. Damage from circulation does not count as a mint error. If the coin is bent, scraped, gouged, or stained after leaving the mint, that usually lowers value rather than increasing it. Number 4 is originality. Collectors prefer coins that have not been harshly cleaned. A cleaned coin may look shiny at first glance, but it often loses collector value because the original surface has been disturbed. If you think your coin might be valuable, do not polish it, do not scrub it, and do not use chemicals on it. Leave it exactly as it is until you have it examined by someone knowledgeable. Number 5 is certification. If you truly believe your coin is a premium example, a professional grading service can help confirm authenticity, condition, and any mint error. Certification does not guarantee a huge value, but it can add confidence for buyers if the coin is genuinely special. Now let's talk about why collectors like UAE coins in general. The United Arab Emirates has a fascinating modern coin history. It is a relatively young nation compared with many older world coin issuers, and its coinage reflects a blend of modern state identity and traditional Arab culture. Designs such as the Dala on the 1 dirham coin create a strong visual link to Emirati heritage. For collectors of Middle Eastern coins, this type is a very recognizable and attractive piece. It is also part of a larger story because UAE coinage includes circulating issues, commemoratives, and design changes across different decades. That collector interest is important because value does not come only from rarity. It also comes from demand. A coin can be scarce, but if nobody wants it, the price stays limited. On the other hand, a coin with a strong collector following can bring more attention even when it is not extremely rare. The UAE 1 dirham sits somewhere in the middle. It is a familiar modern coin with cultural appeal and collector interest, but the regular 1995 to 2007 circulation pieces are generally not major rarities in average condition. Here is a smart way to approach this coin if you own one. Start by checking the year. Then inspect the coin under good light. Look at the high points of the design and the edge. See whether the details are sharp. Compare it to online reference images of uncirculated examples. If your coin looks especially clean and fresh, or if it shows a striking mint error, then that is the moment to investigate further. You can compare sold listings from collector marketplaces, look at world coin catalogs, and if needed, ask a reputable coin dealer or grading expert for an opinion. One thing I always tell collectors is this. Do not confuse asking prices with real selling prices. Anyone can list a coin online for $85, $500, or even $5,000. That does not mean the coin is actually selling for that amount. The real market is built on completed sales, verified auction results, and consistent collector demand. So when you research your coin, focus on what buyers have actually paid, not just what sellers are hoping to get. Another point worth mentioning is that this 1 dirham coin should not be confused with UAE commemorative dirham issues. The United Arab Emirates released a number of commemorative 1 dirham coins for special events, institutions, and anniversaries, and some of those are a different category for collectors. If you have a commemorative dirham with a special design rather than the standard coffee pot reverse, then the value discussion can change completely. But for the standard 1995 to 2007 coffee pot circulation type, the market is usually much more modest unless the coin is exceptional. So where does that leave the famous $85 claim? Here is the balanced answer. If you have a normal circulated 1 dirham coin from 1995, 1998, 2005 or 2007, it is most likely a low-value collector coin rather than a high-dollar rarity. Public references generally show common examples under a few dollars and often far less. However, if your coin is in superb uncirculated condition, if it has a legitimate mint error, if it belongs to a scarcer presentation category, or if you find the right buyer looking for a premium example, then the value can move higher. That is why every coin deserves a close inspection before it is dismissed. And that is the exciting part of coin collecting. Sometimes the value is not only in the money. It is in the discovery. It is in learning the history behind a design, understanding how to identify a better example, and knowing what separates an ordinary coin from a collectible one. The UAE 1 dirham from 1995 to 2007 may not be a guaranteed jackpot, but it is still a great coin to study and a beautiful piece of modern Middle Eastern numismatic history. So if you have one of these coins at home, take it out and examine it carefully. Check the year, check the condition, check the details, and compare it with verified collector references. If it is just a standard circulated piece, then you still own an interesting coin with cultural significance. And if it turns out to be a top-grade example or a genuine error, then you may have something much more exciting in your hands.